Welcome to Pulse of Culture. I'm Karolina Shapland. This year, the Jewish Festival of Lights, Hanukkah, begins on December 25th. Around the world, Jewish families will gather to light menorah candles, symbolizing the triumph of light over darkness. Joining us to share insights of how Hanukkah is celebrated in Poland is Patrycja Dołowy, CEO of the Jewish Community Center in Warsaw. Patrycja, welcome to Pulse of Culture. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So, are there any unique Polish way that Jews in Poland celebrate Hanukkah?
What is, I think, very important is that Hanukkah is actually, as you said, the festival of light. This is a very important holiday, and it is connected with being together and also with sharing this light. So for me, the most important thing is that now, for almost 20 years, our Warsaw community is celebrating Hanukkah together. Also, not only within the community, but also with our guests from outside the community, with municipality, and even with President of Poland and government. And I think this is very important because this exposing the light, this sharing the light, this is actually the key of Hanukkah, of being together, of being united, of helping each other, and also of giving hope, because this is the holiday about hope very much.
And given the history of the Polish Jewish community, do you know any families that would celebrate both Christmas and Hanukkah in some sort of a unique Polish way?
Actually, I believe that this is the Polish way of celebrating Hanukkah. As far as I know, the same is in many families in the US, so this is not probably very special, but what is special about Poland is that we are actually quite new community as a community, because for the generations after the Holocaust, many of our families, or actually I should say like all the whole Jewish community, all our families were living in a kind of hideouts. So we were celebrating the little bit like pieces of Hanukkah, actually in the time of the Christmas holiday, and only like after transformation in Poland, we step by step became the community. We can call ourselves the community, and as a community, we are celebrating Hanukkah together. But also, many of our families are like mixed families. Are families with friends of non-Jewish friends, and of course they are celebrating both, because this is like this very mixture tradition, and I think this is something special, and I also like it because this is something about our community, that it is changing, that it is renewing, that we have many of our tradition, and we are trying to discuss them, to think about them, and to develop them.
And yeah, I'm sure our viewers will be interested in actual specific traditions. You know, are there any foods that in Poland are almost like a crossover between Polish tradition and Polish Jewish tradition? What the food would be like?
During Hanukkah, we are eating things which are really like fat, and what is absolutely my favorite dish for Hanukkah are latkes. So they are like potato, not cakes. So, sorry, the.
Sort of a fried,
deep fried potatoes, and this is something very, very also traditional Polish, but maybe not exactly on the same time of the year, but a little bit later, like in January, I think, in Polish tradition. So this is one thing, and the other is donuts, but they are this kind of donuts which are also very, very Polish or Eastern European, let's say. So they are not the same as US donates, for example.
So do you think that many Poles would consider Carp a very traditional Polish Christian food are not aware that carp, as you know, before the Holocaust, carp was part of the Jewish tradition in Poland.
Yes, this is very interesting. My American friend, when he came here and he spent a year in Poland, he's Jewish from US, and he realized after a few months that actually a lot of food he believed this is very traditional Ashkenazi Jewish food. It is also very traditional Polish food. But I think that still many people don't realize how much carp is.
Yes, and carp in
Jewish.
jelly, basically
Yes,
gefilte fish.
exactly,
Let's face
gefilte
it.
fish.
So, what about any other pastimes? Is there anything special for the little ones during Hanukkah?
So for the little ones, this is this tradition of playing dreidel, and this is the kind of game for of fates, but also this is the kind of game for money. But of course, for these little ones, children are not playing for real money, but they are playing for chocolate money, golden chocolate money. And so we can say that if we ask our children what is the very special for Hanukkah, they would probably say that this is this chocolate money.
And of course, there is lighting of the menorah, and there are menorahs around Warsaw. There is a special one that's lit in a. Could you tell us more about this? When the menorah started being present again in the public space in Warsaw?
So I was trying to remind myself. I know that it was around 20 years ago. I think it was 17 years ago, but maybe a little bit, you know, maybe more than 17. But this is what I said, that this is very special about our community, because still we are like a new community and a newborn community, like we can say, and because of that, and because of the fact that in many of our families we were celebrating some winter holidays, but you know, more Christmas, more something with some elements. So that's why we are not very used to celebrate now. Maybe it changed, but in these previous years, we after transformation, we were not so much used to spend Hanukkah holiday in our homes. So it was so special about our community that we started to celebrate it together, because it was about this sharing the lights, but it was also about learning from each other. What does it mean? What are our traditions? And that transfer was not only from older one to children, but also on the opposite side. So that is something also very special about our community, that we are learning from each other how to spend Jewish holiday, how to keep these Jewish traditions, because for many of us, this is something that we have to learn anew because of this two-generational gap.
And what do you think is the appeal, especially for the younger members of the community, to relearn how to be a young Jew in Poland? Is it the religious tradition? Is it more of a side of being part of something bigger that's not necessarily linked to Judaism? What's the appeal?
So our center, our Jewish Community Center in Warsaw, we are trying to be the place for all Jews with all those faces of Jewishness. So from Judaism, Orthodox Judaism, from this more religious environment to very secular environment, and people who are only feeling like being Jews in this cultural way, based on culture or history or family history. So we can say about all those phases of Judaism, of Jewishness in Warsaw, and we can see those people around, that they are really like, this is a small community, but we are a same diverse and other Jewish communities around the world. I think that in the beginning, like when that was more directly after transformation, in the beginning that was more about religion. because it came from US rabbis who came to Poland and were helping us to renew this Jewish life. But also it came from US organization or international organization, Jewish organization like Joint, who also were helping us. So that was these other ways. But what I can say that after these decades of being a Jewish community in Warsaw, I think that now it is more about thinking about community. So this is not really like about religion. This is not really about only history in the past, but also what became our tradition as a very new community. So I think for this youngest generation now, this is their new way to thinking about themselves as a community and taking some old elements, but also thinking what they can then do with them in the future years.
Patrycja, and finally, we're talking about it's the end of the year, we're talking about plans for the next year. What are the ways that in 2025 your organization will support your community? What will be the other big, apart from Hanukkah, the big highlights?
Of course, what is very important for us as such a diverse community is to finding the ways of bringing people together. And what bring us together is, there are a few things. One is our Jewish calendar. So this is other Jewish holidays, which are always important to celebrate them together. Even more important in our community, because this is our way to spending these holidays together, not only in homes, but in public spaces like our center, but also synagogues and others. So this is one thing. Of course, what also brings us together is our history and culture. So there's a lot of events around our culture as well. But what I can say is that now, in this time of crises, after situation we have after October 7, but also war in Ukraine and after pandemic, this is very important because that were like the huge challenges for our community. So this is very, very important to just spend time together, to just being together and support each other. So I hope that will be.
Patrycja, thank you so much for coming here, and happy Hanukkah to you.
Thank you. Happy Hanukkah to you too.
This was Pulse of Culture. I'm Karolina Shapland. Thank you for watching.